Day 6. It pulled me in. Like a rope attached to my ankles, it dragged me through a deserted wasteland. I looked down, and all I could see are the hands of many unknown people grabbing me, yelling and screaming without a doubt of where I was going. I finally stopped and take a look around. The colors, magnificent, as if I'd never had seen color before. I was just blind when I was alive, compared to what my eyes see now. The most wonderful spectacle I'd ever seen, and I was traveling so fast I felt like I was moving slow. I reached the end of what felt like an eternity of dragging. Darker rooms and hallways portrayed as I was in a hellish void. I can't really see much, but little creases of light every now and then. As soon as I touch a wall, I hear it move. Stone. It's made of stone. Of course, with all of the scraping, there's an edge in the wall, and every time I reach it, it moves. Is this what hell is? A void repeated endlessly until I drive myself mad? Really realizing that it wasn't going to end, I decided to reach that edge again and stick my leg under the moving stone. It flung me forward with a force unknown. I reach another edge, this one vaguely familiar. Oh my goodness. It's the edge in my old house that I used to spy on my family with when they had subtle arguments. I scrape at it and it starts to chip away. A light protrudes from it, and what I see is my mom and dad arguing yet again. Tired of it, I try to close it up, but then figure out that the argument is their last argument. It's about me, when I snuck to the girls' shower and peeked in on them, and how my father said enough was enough, and I had to straighten up or it would lead to major consequences. My mom, the humanitarian she was, thought I was just a bit troubled and needed better guidance. Then the worst thing had happened. What I've been trying to block from my mentality for the longest. My father, fed up with excuses, had grabbed his cane he used to walk with, shoved it through my mother's chest without any hesitation. He turned and looked right at my peephole and said, "Gregory, don't be shy now. You're next." I ran as fast as I could to the end of the hallway, down the stairs and straight to the door. As soon as I opened the door to leave, my father was standing there waiting on me. That rugged smile that had been fed up with my temper tantrums, my perverse fantasies with the girls at my school, and me always getting into trouble. His hand raised high as I froze. With a swift motion, he swung and knocked my glasses off. The next swing brought me down to my knees. The final blow knocked me smooth out. When I woke up, I felt this rope around my hands and feet. I was hanging from the ceiling of our basement, not able to move, but still aware of where I was. I look and see my dad sitting in a chair smoking his cigarette. He turns to me and says,
"Now, son, it's time to pay what you've done."
"Dad, what did I do?" I screamed.
"You violated sacred law, boy."
He said with that same grimacing smile. He stood up, and his hands were two large butcher knives. The closer he got, the more afraid I was. He was standing next to me before I knew it, taking one knife to my calf and slowly digging into my skin. I let out a big yelp. His face never turned. He seemed satisfied. The other knife he slowly filleted my other calf as I winced in pain. Hours went by, and Father had filleted most of my body, and I was bleeding uncontrollably. I start to see nothing as far as I could look. I wake again and see him in front of an oven he moved from the kitchen. He got done with cooking and made a bowl. He grabbed a spoon and started to feed me. Oh, it was delicious and with the right amount of salt. As I start to finish the bowl, I see hairs floating to the top. I looked at Dad and his smile said it all. I was eating myself.
"Now, my boy, have you learned?"
He questioned. "Yes, Daddy. Please don't make me eat any more," I cry out. And with the swiftness, he took that spoon and placed it to the side of my neck. The amount of force he used to press it into my throat was incredible. I could see the blood shooting out of my neck, and as my eyes slowly closed, I could see the most satisfied and disgusted human being I'd ever seen.
"Naughty, naughty son. To hell you run."
Father said as he grabbed two more blades and placed both in my throat. It pulled me in like a rope.